Joined in the media center by #1 qualifier in pro stock motorcycle, Eddie Krawiec, 6.818 seconds at 192.85 miles an hour. It is his second #1 of the season, his 29th of his career. Eddie, talk about conditions yesterday. You only got the one session in, you got two in today. Did you think going in we might see a little bit lower numbers, or did you think you would pretty much stay where you were after yesterday?
You know, today was a little tricky compared to yesterday. Yesterday we had cloud cover, it was cool all day. A little bit of a temperature difference, but you had humidity there. So tuning wise made it a little harder, a little trickier for a naturally aspirated engine, and we were fortunate enough to come off the trailer with a great tune-up, made a really good lap, got really good low numbers. Fell off a little in the back half of the track from 8th mile on, so my speed went away. Today, we had a really good tune-up, running well. Struggled a little bit on the starting line with my motorcycle. Went from the 105 60-foot range to 106 and 107. When you give up a 100th or two early, it affects you greater as you get to the finish line. So going 83s and 84s out there. The last session I went 86. I rattled the tire pretty good, but you know, this is what it takes to learn to win on race day, because you have to understand how to get down a hot track, a cold track, because you never know what cards are going to be dealt going into tomorrow for weather. So, you know, I'm hoping to have a little bit of a cloud cover. It allows you to be a little more aggressive on the track. You see better ETs, but I want it to be sunny and beautiful weather too. So you can't have them both, but as long as it's dry and everything's good, I'm happy. But I got a pretty bad to the bone Harley Davidson right now. I'm excited to be riding it.
Brandon Mudd, PRN. Given yesterday's temperatures, it seemed pretty obvious, I guess, that you know your time is going to stick. So does that take the pressure off today, knowing that you're probably going to be at the top of the charts going into Sunday?
You know, honestly, no, because you could make somebody could make a stellar run in these conditions. You know, we had a little bit of a headwind today, and that also does play a factor into it. Our motorcycles, unlike the cars, when conditions may be better, aerodynamics on the pro stock car and top fuel and funny car sort of come into play. Our motorcycles, being that the rider's out in the open, we tend to have what I'd like to say dirtier air, and it doesn't allow us to excel as good through the air. We're not as slick. So the headwind definitely plays a little bit of a factor, but I think any session, it's possible to lose that #1 spot. And, you know, ultimately, I want to be up here on Sunday after, 3 or 4 win lights is when you want to see that and be in here in the press room on a Sunday afternoon. #1 qualifier is just a bonus to that, so it's great. It give the accolades to my team, because they're the ones that supply me with the motorcycle to get down this track and to go as fast as we can. So, you know, that's for them. For me, I want to hold the Wally.
Stan?
104, 105, or 106. Do you feel that as you're making the run, or is that something you learn later?
No, you definitely do. When the motorcycle hits you, see, off the starting line, unlike in a car where you're sitting in a seat, strapped in, harnessed down. We have nothing holding us. There's a seat, and basically when you pop the clutch, you got to learn how to channel all the energy of leaving the starting line. Those 3 G-forces to your butt, basically, is the way. And when it hits you, it sets you in the seat harder. And the difference from a 104 to a 106 is, my analogy usually is, if somebody takes a phone book, holds it, and you just sit there and they slap it against your chest, and you tuck into it, you're gonna feel it. And that's the way it is on a hard-hitting 60-foot. On other ones, it tends to, when you just pop the clutch, you're sort of just moving through your movement of tucking, and you don't really feel that hit. And yesterday, I felt that hit, and I know, when it hangs the wheel through 3rd gear and all the way to the 330 mark, you're on a pass, and it's gonna move and really have a good ET. So, today, like I said, we were a little probably over-aggressive for the track conditions. So it's the same track for everybody. Some people get better in those because you struggle to get wheel speed, and for us, that's a fine balance of, you got to have enough tire spin, clutch slip to continue to propel you forward.
And how many runs did it take you to make sure you didn't panic when you had those feelings?
You know, I learn every single run. There's no such thing as knowing it and saying, well, I already know what it is or where this motorcycle's going. Every single run I learn. So it's the enjoyment. It's when you really feel comfortable on a motorcycle and you get excited to get up there and pop the clutch lever. That's when it becomes fun. And for me, I probably have, I don't know, somewhere around 2,000 runs on a motorcycle down the track on my pro stock bike. And it's exciting. It puts a smile on my face talking about it.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Next up, we have Pete McCole.
Pete McColl from AutoRace1.com. Following up on that, what you were saying about transferring all that energy when you get on the start line, does it make it harder when you have 4 motorcycles coming on the track, or is it just are lights? You know, you're racing the track, not necessarily racing 3 other motorcycles.
Well, we touched on this yesterday a little bit, and as much as I'd like to say you need to race your own lane, here's not so much. You need to know what everybody else is doing. As I got a dry throat. But yeah, you need to just be aware of your surroundings.
Great. Thank you very much, Jay. Hopefully see you tomorrow afternoon.